What conclusions have been drawn over the years about different types of clean vehicles and fuels? This is a summary of advantages and disadvantages. By vehicle gas, we mean compressed natural gas or biogas. Chemically, these have the same component, methane gas. But natural gas is a fossil fuel, whereas biogas is renewable. Most vehicle gas used in Sweden is renewable biogas. Biogas is produced by the anaerobic digestion of, for example, sewage sludge, manure or food waste. Since biogas is often produced locally, it's especially suitable for local vehicle fleets that do not require an extensive infrastructure of filling stations. Both passenger cars and heavy vehicles can run on biogas. In Stockholm, more than 200 public transport buses are powered by biogas. Almost half of the Stockholm city municipal vehicle fleet use biogas, as do many taxis. Add to this the great number of service vehicles, company cars and private cars that also run on biogas. A gas-powered passenger car is equipped with 2 fuel tanks, one for petrol and another for vehicle gas. The car senses whether there is gas in the tank and prioritises this fuel. It takes a little longer to fill a gas vehicle, and the new fueling infrastructure has been extended gradually. You can find a list of vehicle gas filling stations on the internet or by using a mobile phone application. Heavy gas vehicles are often designed for running on gas only, but the so-called dual-fuel technology is now being tested on diesel engines, where vehicles can run on both diesel and vehicle gas. Ethanol cars are now a relatively common sight in Stockholm traffic. Ethanol can be produced from crops such as sugarcane, cereal, beet or potato. In future, it may be possible to make ethanol from, for example, forestry waste. Ethanol cars have only one fuel tank and can run either on the ethanol fuel E85, which is 85% ethanol and 15% petrol, on petrol only, or on any mix of these fuels. The price of an ethanol car is practically the same as a conventional petrol car, and it's a little livelier than the equivalent petrol model, since the fuel is more efficient. There are also modified diesel buses and trucks that have been adapted to run on ethanol fuel. They can only use the ethanol fuel ED95 supplied at special filling stations. Electric hybrid vehicles have both an electric motor and an internal combustion engine. The electric motor boosts the power, which reduces fuel consumption. When you brake, energy is recaptured and stored in the battery. There are a number of electric hybrid models in Sweden, mainly medium and large passenger cars. The environmental performance is equivalent to that of low-emission petrol or diesel cars. Driving a hybrid car feels similar to driving a conventional car. Electric cars run only on electricity. The driving range depends on the capacity of the batteries. Today, the range is around 100 kilometers, slightly less on cold winter days. The electric car can be charged from normal domestic power sockets or from charging points. Normal charging takes 6 to 8 hours, but at a quick station, you can charge your car in less than 10 minutes. The infrastructure for charging electric cars is expanding rapidly, supported by the large energy companies. In Sweden, engine preheaters are already installed at many workplaces and shopping parking areas. These can easily be upgraded for battery charging. Both electric cars and plug-in hybrids accelerate quickly up to 50 kilometers per hour. They're quiet and comfortable. Since there's no internal combustion engine providing reserve power, drivers must plan their journey and ensure that the batteries are charged. A number of utility programs with maps and GPS for smartphones makes it easy to find charging stations. Because of their range limitations, electric cars are especially suitable for short journeys. For example, service cars operating in urban areas. Just like the electric hybrids, plug-in hybrids can run both on electricity and a conventional fuel, such as petrol. With two power sources, the plug-in hybrid has a similar driving range as a conventional car. The plug-in hybrid differs from the electric car since it has significantly bigger battery capacity and can be topped up with electricity. Low-emission petrol and diesel cars are also classified as clean vehicles in Sweden. The threshold for a clean vehicle is 120 grams carbon dioxide per kilometre at mixed driving. Sweden is expected to adopt a new national clean vehicle definition in 2013, which will sharpen the requirements for clean vehicles. SL Stockholm Public Transport is aiming to use only renewable fuels by 2025. SL started investing in clean vehicles in the 1980s. In 1989, SL decided to carry out the world's largest pilot project with ethanol-driven inner-city buses, and the first buses were delivered in 1990. Ethanol buses have a diesel engine adapted to use the ED95 fuel, which is a blend of 95% ethanol and 5% additives that makes the fuel behave like diesel. In the early 2000s and onwards, biogas buses were gradually introduced to regular inner traffic, and ethanol-powered buses were moved to the outer city areas. SL Stockholm Public Transport has outsourced the bus transport service and does not own buses. However, through procurement requirements, SL has ensured that clean buses are being transferred to the entrepreneurs. To secure availability of biogas, SL has signed long-term delivery agreements with Stockholm Water. SL has also tested fuel cell buses and hybrid electric buses. RME-fueled buses, that is buses run on biodiesel based on rapeseed oil, are currently being tested for road traffic.